Hey, what is going on, guys? It is Young here, and today I'm back in a Fortnite video. And in today's video, I'm going to be teaching you guys when to play aggressive versus when to play passive. And I think this is really important, and this could even go for high kill games, because not every single fight you want to play really aggressive on, and there's going to be a lot of situations where you want to play a little bit more back and a little bit more passive. And I'm going to tell you guys exactly what situations you should be playing in each. And before we get into the video, I have a V-Buck giveaway. If you guys want a chance to win some free V-Bucks, all you need to do is to drop a like on this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel, turn on my notifications, and leave a comment down below of your Xbox gamer tag, your PSN gamer tag, or Epic account. And as well, if you guys don't already, make sure you guys have me added and supported as a creator. It's super simple to do. All you need to do is go to the item shop, then just tap X and hit support a creator, and then type in my code. It's the same as my gamer tag. Just type in Young Humor and you will have me added and supported as a creator. And alright guys, let's get right to the video. Alright, so in this video, I'm going to be teaching you guys when to play aggressive and also when to play a little bit more passive. And for this gameplay right here, I have a 25 kill gameplay, and I'm kind of be breaking down the fights that I'm going into, because it really is just hard to give some general tips. I mean, there's a few general things that you guys should know when it comes to just picking whether you should or not. But honestly, it really comes down to situational, and I'm going to be breaking down a lot of situations in this gameplay that when I was playing really aggressive, and also the parts where I've been playing a little bit more slowly or a little bit more passively. So right on the start of the game, I got 50 shield, and if I get 50 shield, a pump, and maybe an SMG, that's all I really need, because honestly the pump is really good. If I have a blue pump, I'll usually play more aggressive than if I have like a green pump, and the reason being the blue pump does 100 damage, so if I hit a body shot, it's going to do 100. Otherwise, I have to hit a headshot with the green pump if I want to go for a one pump. So usually if I can just get a pump and a pistol, pump SMG or pump AR, and if I can get 50 shield right off the start, then that's going to be good enough for me to go for a push, because as you guys can see in a lot of my gameplays, I drop a lot of high kill games, so I'm playing as aggressive as I possibly can for the most part. So the second I can get just a little bit of HP and just get some good weapons, and not even that really that good weapons, just weapons that I know I can get kills with. I'll even take attack if need be, just any type of weapons I can get, and then right at the start of the game, I'm going to be playing really aggressive. And also, it's pretty impressive how many kills I was able to drop in this game, considering the fact I only came out of Tilted with 3 kills. But running into this team, it was pretty simple because these guys are really spread out. And just being spread out like that, it's going to be very easy and very simple to take out a lot of people if they're not really spread out or grouped together. And that's one thing me and my teammate were doing well right here, because we were just destroying the team left and right, just picking them off one by one because they weren't together at all. And that's honestly one of the best times to play aggressive in a game like duos or a game like squads. If you see a team separated or not really together, then it's going to be your go-to to play as aggressive as you can, because you're going to be able to get a lot of easy knocks. And just as you can see, I'm just up here picking them off left and right. Really just is a pretty simple gunfight to win. And if you're going against players like this that are not just completely sweating as hard as they can, then you want to play a lot more aggressive than if you're playing against a player who's really good. And what I mean by that is pretty much when it comes to getting third party or getting shot from other teams, if you're way too long in the gunfight, if you take too much time, then that's going to increase the chance of you getting third partied, and the quicker you're going to get third partied. And let me tell you, if I'm in Tilted Towers or if I'm in any part of the game and I hear two teams fighting, I'm going to immediately be pushing those teams as hard as I can, and I'm sure a lot of other players in this game do the exact same thing. So if you wait too long in a gunfight against players who you know you can just beat within maybe a few seconds, or maybe like 10 or 15 seconds, you know you can wipe out the entire squad, then you want to be able to wipe them out as fast as you can. Otherwise, if you're taking like 1 to 2 minutes during that fight for whatever reason, then of course your chances of getting third party are going to get greatly increased. And just getting pinched in between two teams or two full teams in a game of squads, getting pinched in between like 8 players is going to be a sure way to die really quickly. And for whatever reason in this gameplay, we were fortunate enough to get a lot of teams that are spread out, and this player was really weak, so I want to play as aggressive as I can, just because I know his teammates are going to be a little bit behind him, because we were rotating in a retail and we caught this guy lagging behind his team. So we wanted to kill him as quickly as I can, play as aggressive, W key the absolute mess out of him, just rush him as hard as I can. And as my teammate was fighting a player below, the last person from that team landed on top, so I was able to get a knock on one of them, and so the last guy is right here. And since his teammate was knocked, and we knew this guy was the last guy in the squad, we were going to play him really aggressively, because we know we can pick this guy off pretty easily, just because he's the last guy and we can pinch him pretty fast. So I shoot out his floor and drop him down, get a quick pump on him for 105, knock him out. So I'm going to have 11 kills with 24 people left. And kind of my rule of thumb, if you're low on HP, say you're in a gunfight, you get knocked down to like 30 or 40 HP and you want to get some heals off, probably the best thing I can say you can do is, if you're in a situation like that where you're low on HP, the best thing that you can do honestly is to either play really fast or really slow. And what I mean by that is, you either want to push really fast and go for high ground and just try to overbuild just a little bit, just try to buy yourself enough time to get them heals off, or otherwise you want to either play really slow, box yourself in, or just create multiple boxes, kind of just buy yourself enough time that way. So you either want to kind of just overbuild, or you want to box yourself in. You kind of don't want to be in that in-between area where you're kind of fighting everyone and you're kind of just sort of losing high ground, you're kind of going for high ground. And if you're low on HP and you can't get high ground, one of the best things to do is, since there's going to be a lot of builds, if you're build fighting someone, it can be pretty easy to get lost in the builds. Just connect your building to something in the middle and it's going to buy you enough time, because if you're building in the middle of a ton of builds, it's honestly going to be pretty difficult for the guy above you to find out where you are, unless they seen you just go into the box at that spot, which most of the time, if they're above you and you go into the middle, they're not going to be able to find you right away, and you're going to at least be able to get off your heels before you have to push. And here's going to be another instance where we're playing really aggressive, because I get the knock on the first player right there, and then the other players or his other teammates are going to be a little bit more south towards the zone. So we're going for quick kills on these players because they're not around their teammates, and that's going to be the easiest gunfight to win. And so now I'm trying to get a little bit of a vantage point. I'm building up with metal, so it's a lot harder to shoot out. And so up here, I'm trying to figure out where everyone's at, and I'm sort of getting shot a little bit from the south direction, and you're going to notice there's going to be a full team rushing us. And to be honest with you guys, this is probably the first instance in this entire game where you want to play a little bit more passive and a little bit more reserved, and I'm going to explain why. Because this team obviously saw we were outnumbered. It was a 4-2, so they're going to be playing a lot more aggressive, and if you're going against a team who already knows you're outnumbered, they're going to be playing really aggressive, so you don't have to be the one to make that push. And that's exactly what we did. We sat back a little bit and we kept our high ground, which played a huge advantage for us because we were able to get 2 knocks right there, and then there was going to be one more guy in the squad that we have to fight. And just because we played a little bit more patient there, instead of just jumping off of our high ground and rushing them, and even though I'm a really aggressive player, that is a perfect example of when to sit back a little bit, play a little bit more passive, play a little bit more reserved, and it's going to work out even better. I was able to kill the players a lot faster, and I didn't take as much damage in the process. And I really just had the best positioning possible from that high ground, because they were all rushing up and I already had high ground, so I can just laser them as they're coming up, get a lot of tags on them, and just put me at a huge advantage in that fight, and that's exactly what I did. And in this instance, I was getting spammed from low ground and I had another player rushing on top of me. So I had about 2 players rushing up. I was able to hit that player with the trap, and normally I would have got off my HP, but since I knew I placed that trap, the other player was going to be running out. So I was just kind of looking over the side to see if that guy would push any direction, in which he did. And say in the exact same situation, if I would have missed or anything like that would have happened, I would have just built up and popped my minis either way. But since he went to the side a little bit, since I knew he was going to do that, even though I really didn't have the HP I wanted to, I was going to have a wide open shot, in which I took, and it worked out for the better. I was able to get the knock on that player, and you have the other player going for the res in this box, which set me up for a really simple kill because the other player was really focused on getting the revive, and I was able to just get a simple few shots in there, and he wasn't even ready for it. And at this point for the rest of the game, I'm pretty much going to be playing as aggressive as I can. The reason being, I have a full loadout, I have a lot of mats, and on top of that I have full HP. So there's no reason why I should be playing passive at all, unless I lose a lot of HP, maybe I get sniped, maybe I get dinged for a lot of damage by a scar, or whatever the case may be. Unless I'm getting dinged for a lot of damage, or I really have a major high ground on the other players, there's no reason why I should be playing passive at all, just because I have a huge HP advantage, my loadout's really good, and I have a lot of mats. And if you have all those things, then you should be playing as aggressive as you can. And if you have a little bit less HP, then it kind of would be a lot smarter to play a little bit slower and just try to see an opportunity to get an easy knock. And if you can get that knock, try to get the HP from that kill. And here I'm going to be running into the last 2 players in this lobby, and I'm not even going to lie, I played this player really bad. What I should have done is I should have given myself a little bit of space, because I pretty much just made myself able to get one pump. If that guy would have hit a shot on my head, then he would have for sure knocked me. So it really wasn't the smartest play, but I did it anyway. And the last player in this gameplay is just going to be directly below me by the racetracks, and I'm going to get a few simple shots and get the easy kill on him for a 25 kill gameplay. And with that being said, that's wrap up for this video. Hope you guys enjoyed this video, hope you guys liked it, and if you guys could drop a like in this video, make sure you guys subscribe to the channel if you haven't already, turn on my notifications so you're notified for every single new video, and alright guys, I'll see you next video.